call Jed right now?
Yeah. No, I got it.
And it goes back to like people just like attacking Jake Paul and like wanting to see me fail.
Jake Paul's world has come crashing down just 10 days before the biggest fight of his career. Now behind bars, everything he's worked for is hanging by a thread. This was supposed to be Jake's defining moment. After all the trash talk, relentless training, and hype, he was set to face boxing legend Mike Tyson, one of the most feared names in the sport. This wasn't just another YouTuber versus retired MMA fighter match. This was Jake's one shot to prove he's a legitimate boxer once and for all. The stakes couldn't have been higher. Beating Tyson could have silenced the doubters and cemented Jake as a real contender in the boxing world. But now, his golden opportunity is slipping away. The timing couldn't be worse, and this fall from grace has dealt Jake a crushing blow. Fans are questioning if he can even recover, and with the fight itself teetering on the edge of cancellation, his career and reputation are in jeopardy. What seemed like the pinnacle of his boxing journey is now hanging in the balance. Can Jake bounce back, or is this the end of his rise?
I'm so sick of this shit, bro.
They said they have a warrant for Jake.
Jake Paul's arrest just 10 days before his fight with Mike Tyson wasn't a fluke. It was the result of a serious mistake. Jake was caught using banned substances, reportedly turning to steroids in a bid to enhance his performance. While he spent months flexing his muscles and boasting about his training, it turns out he wasn't playing by the rules. With the pressure mounting ahead of his showdown with a boxing legend like Tyson, Jake allegedly sought an edge, opting for steroids instead of relying on skill and hard work. This revelation could have huge consequences, not just for his fight, but for his entire career.
And I'm a fat bitch. I don't do steroids. And I take it as a compliment because there's no other excuse to me knocking out all of your champions than this kid does steroids.
But Jake Paul's troubles didn't end with the steroid scandal. He was also busted for trespassing at a boxing event where he was banned. It's as if he's on a mission to sabotage his own reputation. Instead of laying low and focusing on his training, Jake brazenly waltzed into the event as if the rules didn't apply to him. This kind of reckless behavior has fueled even more criticism. Many are calling him out, questioning his maturity and decision-making. It's almost as if Jake is actively trying to self-destruct, making his climb to legitimacy even more difficult.
Paul looks huge, moving up to heavyweight for his fight against Mike Tyson.
Let's dig into the details of Jake Paul's steroid scandal. We've all noticed how Jake's been looking more shredded than ever lately, right? But it turns out those gains may not be entirely the result of hard work in the gym like he's been showing off on social media. Word on the street is that Jake's been using performance-enhancing drugs to boost his performance in the ring. And here's the thing, steroids are no joke. They're illegal in professional sports for a reason. Athletes caught using them face serious consequences, and Jake apparently thought he could skirt by without getting caught. So, why do athletes even turn to steroids? To put it simply, anabolic steroids are synthetic substances that mimic the effects of the male hormone testosterone. They promote rapid muscle growth, faster recovery times, and improved endurance. Essentially, they're a shortcut to building a powerhouse body, allowing you to work out harder, recover quicker, and pack on muscle faster than you could naturally. For someone like Jake, facing a legend like Mike Tyson in the ring, it would have been tempting to look for any edge he could get. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Using steroids isn't just a physical advantage, it can also mess with your mental game. Athletes on PEDs often feel invincible, like they can conquer anything inside the ring. But for Jake, this use of performance enhancers has only backfired, both personally and professionally. And this isn't the first time Jake's been under scrutiny for steroid use. Back in July, during his fight with bare-knuckle brawler Mike Perry, Jake knocked Perry out cold in the 6th round, scoring a massive win. But that victory is now tainted. Just weeks after the fight, Jake tested positive for not one, but 2 banned substances, raising serious questions about his previous performances. Now, with just 2 weeks to go until his biggest fight ever, this steroid scandal could deliver a knockout punch to his career before he even steps into the ring.
I think that's the one.
Right hand. This may be it. Right hand. And he's down for a 3rd time.
After Jake Paul's fight with Mike Perry, his post-fight drug test revealed traces of ostarine and 19-norandrosterone asterisk. If you're unfamiliar with these substances, let me break it down for you. Ostarine is a type of selective androgen receptor modulator, SARM, that helps users rapidly pack on muscle and boost strength. It gives an unfair advantage by enhancing power and performance. On the other hand, 19-norandrosterone is a metabolite of nandrolone, an anabolic steroid known for improving endurance, speeding up recovery, and promoting muscle growth. This wasn't some innocent oops, I took a contaminated supplement situation. The levels of these substances in Jake's system were far too high for that excuse. It was clear this wasn't an accident, it was calculated, intentional cheating. Now, fans are looking back at the Perry fight and questioning Jake's integrity, especially with his history of testing positive. Tyson himself has publicly accused Jake of juicing ahead of their upcoming fight. What was supposed to be a clean, high-profile showdown is now under a cloud of suspicion. Many are wondering if Jake is just cutting corners again, and fans are not here for it. UFC President Dana White has been vocal about his suspicions for a long time. He's openly criticized Jake, calling out his rapid physical transformation and flat out stating that there's no way it's natural. Dana even challenged Jake to take a steroid test to prove he's clean, but Jake never took him up on it. This has only fueled the skepticism. Dana knows shady business when he sees it, and he's not letting Jake slide. He boldly stated, "I believe you're a cheater, and I believe you use steroids, so I don't want to randomly steroid test you." And Jake hasn't taken the challenge. Suspicious, right?
I believe that you're a cheater, and I believe that you use steroids. So I want to randomly steroid test you for the next 2 years.
The entire fight world is weighing in on Jake Paul's reckless behavior. Boxing pros and pundits are blasting him for being childish and irresponsible, with many questioning his maturity and dedication to the sport.
Jake Paul's made a massive mistake. This is another miscalculation. Mike Perry's a brawler, man. Mike Perry's going to get in his face.
Double jab again from Alvarez. There's a big right hand from Perry. And with the touchdown.
Mike Perry is going to destroy Jake Paul. You heard it here first.
The entire fight world is chiming in on Jake Paul's reckless behavior, and the reactions are coming fast and furious. Boxing pros and pundits are calling him out for acting childish and irresponsible, especially as he prepares to face a legend like Mike Tyson. Many believe Jake is trying too hard to stay relevant, stirring up controversy for the sake of attention. This latest stunt, his steroid scandal and arrest, might just have crossed the line. Eddie Hearn, one of the biggest promoters in the boxing world, took to Twitter saying Jake Paul wants to be taken seriously as a fighter, but then pulls stunts like this. It's hard to respect that. Even Conor McGregor joined in, posting a cryptic Instagram story with a caption that seemed to take aim at Jake. Asterisk, some people think chaos is the same as strategy. Asterisk, ouch. Fans too are divided. Jake's hardcore supporters are sticking by him, but many others are starting to question whether he's truly cut out for the boxing world. The idea that Jake might be in over his head is gaining traction, and some are even suggesting that his antics might be a sign that he's not ready to handle the real challenges of professional boxing. When Jake first entered the boxing scene, he did so with a bang. He made a name for himself by taking on big personalities in the ring and knocking out well-known figures. From the dramatic knockout of Nate Robinson to the 2 victories over former UFC champ Tyron Woodley, Jake showed he could deliver in the ring. His KO of Ben Askren was especially iconic, solidifying his status as more than just a YouTuber. He was becoming a legitimate figure in the influencer boxing world. But now, with this fight against Mike Tyson looming, Jake was on the verge of proving himself as a true boxer. This wasn't just another influencer or a retired MMA fighter. This was Mike Tyson, one of the greatest heavyweights in history. A win against Tyson could have silenced all of Jake's critics and cemented his place in the boxing world. No more YouTuber turned fighter tag. Jake would be seen as someone who could step into the ring with legends and come out on top. Tyson may be older, but his legendary aura is still intact. Going toe-to-toe with him was Jake's chance at ultimate credibility. But now, with his career teetering on the edge, one wrong move, like being found guilty of doping, could end his boxing journey before it ever truly begins. So what's next for Jake Paul? Will he recover from this scandal, or is this the end of his boxing career? We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. That's all for today, Fight World. What do you think about Jake Paul's arrest and his steroid scandal? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more boxing news. See you in the next video.